other speaker, Geeta Didi. Namaste.
Namaste, Dee.
Geeta Didi is a homemaker and she has joined UHP from 2019. And in morning batches, she is there with us from the 11th batch. So, Didi, I welcome you. Namaste.
Thank you, Dee. Namaste, Shamila Dee. Namaste, Anita Dee. And namaste to everyone. So, this is my fourth sharing. But this is the first time I'm gonna share in English batch because earlier I used to attend Hindi batches. So, that's my sharing. Dee, am I audible? Am I clear? My voice.
Ji, Didi.
So, as Didi said, my name is Geeta and I did my first PhD workshop in 2019 at IIT Kanpur. My husband, Mr. Mani Mahesh, he's an assistant professor and he's the one who introduced me with this UHB. And I have also done two online workshops. So, if I talk about my family, we have a joint family. So, but I'll just tell that we also have a 2-year-old son. His name is Brishant. And I basically belong from Uttarakhand, but I have been born and brought up in Chandigarh. Right now, I'm living in Chandigarh. So if I talk about exercises, uh, exercise first, observe the self by the self. So if I talk about step first to third, observing imagination, feelings, thoughts, desires. Initially, I was not able to understand how to observe my imagination. Uh, but by staying connected with the morning sessions, I gradually understood that observing imagination is not about stopping negative thoughts or becoming thoughtless. As I used to think when I used to think about meditation, I used to think that it is about becoming thoughtless and these things. But now I have understood that uh, real observation means observing my thoughts without flowing with them. And also, when I observe my imagination, I can see sometimes I can see the feelings behind them and the uh, thoughts which but are my sanskars behind those thoughts. Sometimes I'm able to see that when I'm sometimes I flow with the thoughts that also I can observe. So if I talk about step four, who decides these feelings? So uh, I have observed that I can see that the decision is mine alone. And earlier I used to think that if another person in way, he is the one who is the reason of my get hurt. But uh, now, after listening to the sessions and experiencing, I have understood that I am the one who decides the feelings and give meaning to the things the other person says. So after understanding this, even now sometimes I get hurt, but the duration to remain hurt is getting reduced, and the tendency to blame others is also have reduced a lot. That I can see in myself. So if I talk about step five, on what basis do I decide? On the basis of right understanding or my assumptions or past experiences. So most of the time, it is still based on my past experiences. And so, for example, if I so I most of the time my decisions are right now based on past experiences. But when I'm aware, I can see that I can align them with my right understanding. So if I talk about step six, which feelings are naturally acceptable to you, that I can see very clearly that the feelings of relationship and coexistence are naturally acceptable to me. That the feeling of struggle or opposition. And to ensure the feeling of relationship in step seven, I have noticed that sometimes I feel uncomfortable to talk to those people about whom I have wrong assumptions. But I have talked about it with Shamila Didi also, and she suggested me that I can decide my right feelings at the moment. And I tried this, but sometimes it feels challenging. But when I tried this, I have seen that I feel kind of harmony within myself, and I feel comfortable while talking with those people. So this was all about, I can say, about exercise one. If I talk about exercise two, observing the self, the body, and their interaction in space. So there is step one. I am there, I exist, and the body is also there. So these are two separate entities. Earlier, I had some knowledge about that there is self, but I was not sure. I was not aware that these are two different entities. And after attending the sessions, I experienced myself that these are actually two different entities, and the needs of the easy way to find out this is to see our needs, and I can see that the needs of the self are continuous, and they are qualitative, like love, respect. I want them all the time. And if I talk about body, the needs of the body are limited, like food and clothes. I can't eat all the day. I There is certain limit which I can eat my food, or I can wear clothes to a certain limit only, that I can see clearly. But as of now, even after I can see that, but as of now, I try to still try to fulfill myself the needs of the self through the materialistic things. I can see that it is still there. I'm not, but I'm working on that. So this was about step first. If I talk about step two, I transact the body as and when required. So I can see that this transaction is there, but it is not continuous. It is not always that I transact with my body, but I transact as and when required, as and when required. If I talk about step third, I decide what instructions to pass to the body and which sensations to read from the body. So I was one day I was sitting and looking at my phone, and I could relate myself that uh, sensations and thoughts are like notifications that we receive in our phone, and we don't open each and every notification. We open only those one which are which seems important to us. In the same way, I don't read each and every sensation which is there in the body. I have noticed that I only only give instructions to the body if the sensations which are there are important to me. So, for example, if I feel intense pain in some part of my body, then I give instructions to do something about that. This I can see. So, this was about step third. Now, if I come to step four, that I am different from the body because I can read the sensations happening in the body. So, here I would like to narrate an incident which happened to me, and I keep on experimenting things in my day-to-day life, and keep on referring to my natural acceptance to to slowly change my sanskars to align them with the right understanding. So, if I talk about step four, I remember an incident when I went in for my gallbladder surgery. Uh, they gave me anesthesia, and slowly my senses began to fade. So I and the medication disconnected me from my soul, my body, and the medication disconnected me my my body's signals, I think, and I couldn't feel anything, obviously. But when I started coming out of the anesthesia, everything I was not fully aware, fully conscious, and I couldn't open my eyes. But I could hear voices, especially my mom asking about me. But I tried to open my eyes and I couldn't open that. I tried to move, I couldn't do that. But I was hearing voices, and uh, but I felt that my body wasn't cooperating with me, and that really made me very restless at that moment. But then suddenly, thought from our UHP sessions floated into my mind that the self and the body are different, and that I was in my body and my body wasn't me. And I had talked about this surgery thing with Sharmila Didi also, and I told her that I'm feeling a little bit anxious. So she guided me very well, and she said that you should remember that you and your body are two different entities, and you're giving your body to someone who are very expert in these things. So that also made me little calm. And that thought, when it floated in my mind, it really made me very calm, surprisingly calm. I can feel in myself. But then suddenly another thing happened, and that vitals machine which is there, it started beeping, and I was still not able to open my eyes, and I really felt panic again, like because I've seen in many movies, that when the vital machine beep, there is something wrong, and I was feeling, is something wrong with my body? Is something wrong with me? Uh, but so that sound made me really panic. But later on, I found out that the that machine has low battery, and that's why it was beeping. And this experience really made me feel that. How my body is different from myself. And also, I concluded from this experience that if I have wrong assumptions or wrong knowledge about something, how my assumptions, be heavy on me, and I felt panic. On the other hand, I felt if there would be another person who doesn't have any knowledge about this machine, that person might not have felt the way I felt. So this was my experience. So in this way, I could feel that my body and myself are different, and I can read the sensations which are there in my body. If I talk about step five, my interaction with the body or the outside world is through my sensations. So yesterday I was driving my Activa, and because it's very cold here now, my hands became numb, and I couldn't feel even when I stopped driving. I came home. I couldn't feel my hands for at least 15 minutes. They are very numb, and but I was making toast for myself, and I tried to touch that hot toaster also, but I couldn't feel that hot which I earlier used to feel. And that made me realize how important our body sensations are, and how essential they are for the self to interact with the body or with the outside world. So this was about step five. If I talk about step six, I can see that I react when my sanskars are not aligned with the right understanding, or when they are based on assumptions, and I respond when they are based on right understanding. So here, I would say that most of my reactions are now, most of the time I don't react. I respond, but still there is long way to go, I think. In this step, I would like to tell about my my son, because he's 2 year old, and he does some naughty things. Or if I give an example, when I take him out, he doesn't hold my hand even in the roads, and that really made me irritating because I'm very concerned, you know. But I have noticed when I try to deal with him with that irritation, he also throws a lot of tantrums. But when I sit, I try to come to his level and sit down and try to make him understand that it is not right, we should hold hands in the roads because it is very dangerous. Then I have seen that he also calmly understand what I'm saying, and he most of the time okay, he says, okay mama, I'll hold your hand, and I can see that. And he does a lot of naughty things. But earlier I used to force myself to not react. But now I can see that this response instead of reaction is coming more naturally to me, because I can see that he's not doing something intentionally, and that made me mm, do response instead of reacting with him. And I have also seen that when I talk to him with harmony, he also behaves. This harmony gets transferred to him also. That I can see a little bit. And I have also seen that he's like a mirror to me, because the way I behave, the tone I use, the actions I do, he does the same thing because he's in a stage. He copies a lot. So that made me realize the way I am behaving, and that made me realize to correct myself that I should also not behave in this way because he'll observe me and then do the same thing. So he's also helping me a lot to improve myself. If I talk about step 7, I'm in coexistence in space, and the body is also in coexistence in space. So this step is still not very clear to me, and I'm focusing more on understanding the self and body as of now. And uh, only one thing which is a little bit clear to me, that this space is the medium through which we can interact with our outer world, or through which we can interact with our body. And this body, self, and other entities are there in this space, coexisting. This much I have known about this space thing. So if I talk about happiness is my innate nature, this I can see clearly that it is my innate nature, but still most of the time I try to get you know good appreciations from outside, from my husband, or from my family members. This I can see I'm still very much rely on those things for my happiness, I think. But only one thing little bit changed is that if someone, especially my husband, if he doesn't appreciate me, earlier I used to get upset, but now I don't get upset, and this thing has changed a lot. But when he appreciate me, I really like it. Still, I'm in that phase, but I'm trying to um, see that. That real happiness is innate in our nature, and nobody else can make us happy until I decide that. And I was so even I can't make them happy, but I can, at least with my right behavior, I can try to little bit make these things uh, harmonious, so that I can see that this calmness, if we get it in, first of all, I get it in within myself, and then it little bit it gets transferred to others also, because with my behavior, because then I behave in a according to my right understanding. So if I talk about what I have got as of now, I can feel more calmness within myself, and I am started being more grateful to minute things that are happening in my life. Earlier, I was not that aware, but now most of the time I feel when especially when I'm not in a good mood, or I react, um, suddenly I immediately get aware that this is not naturally acceptable to me, and I should not have these kind of feelings. So that I can observe in myself. If I talk about commitment, so most of 2 to 3 hours I can say that I read these VHP books and listen to morning sessions. That way I'm contributing, and I'm doing some calling work little bit as of now um, as a volunteer. So this was all about my sharing. I would like to thank Anita Didi, Yashwant Priyadashni Didi, and thank you to whole UHV team. And I'm also grateful to my husband who guides me and support me in this journey. And especially to Sharmila Didi, who has come to my life like a light, so that I can easily see the right path. So, Didi, your patience and kindness made learning a joy. Grateful for you. Thank you to our co-explorers also for your keen listening. Thank you, Didi. That was
Thank you, Geeta. One experiment which you said, na, your numb hands and then trying to touch the hot thing. If it was my daughter, if she would have heard, she would have said, "खतरों के खिलाड़ी का काम मत करो." So be careful. Don't do this type of experiments. We have
yeah.
Prashant here. Namaste.
जी दीदी, नमस्ते। नमस्ते सभी को, धन्यवाद जी। गीता दीदी, गीता जी,
Namaste.
जी जी, सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे अच्छे से?
जी
हेलो?
भैया जी।
जी भैया,
जी
please carry on.
जी जी जी। आपको भी हम हमेशा सुनते रहते हैं, खास करके आपका छोटा बेटा जब आपके कंधे पे मतलब या आपके साथ रहता है और वो उसकी आवाज सुनते हैं। आज लेकिन मुझे एक चीज आपकी बड़ी अच्छी लगी कि जब वो फीलिंग्स आपको हुआ, मशीन ने जब बीप दिया, तो उस वक्त आपको मतलब व्हाट वेर योर फीलिंग्स, मतलब सेल्फ और बॉडी जो आपने एक्सप्लेन किया, मुझे भी थोड़ा थोड़ा मतलब, तो उस वक्त कैसा लगा था ये थोड़ा बताया कि मतलब सेल्फ है या मतलब क्या प्रॉब्लम था वो थोड़ा।
I felt so, yeah, I really felt like that wondering if I am alive or not.
जी
So
जी जी।
at that point of time, I think I didn't, I was not able to recognize that I is different, body is different. I think that's why I panicked a lot. And
बट
yeah.
अच्छा, आई पैनिक्ड।
So I was like, why is this big thing? Because I have seen lot of uh, medical drama in this. So in
मतलब
movies I have seen.
बॉडी छूटने का डर लग रहा था, है ना?
हाँ जी। तो उस समय बिल्कुल ये सब साइड हो गया था कि मैं अलग हूँ और बॉडी अलग है। ये था। और भैया आपकी और दीदी की शेयरिंग भी बहुत इंस्पायर करती है।
सभी को आपकी आवाज कट रही थी, मुझे ऐसा लगा। जी अनीता
अभी
दीदी, नमस्ते, ओवर टू यू। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Prashant Bhaiya. Can I call upon Sharmila Didi? Namaste.
जी नमस्ते। नमस्ते गीता जी।
नमस्ते दी।
Very honest and sincere, simple sharing, and uh, you expressed very honestly what steps you are able to see or what you are not able to see. We all have a long way to go, and we all have to work on ourselves to see the steps within us. And I think that the process has started very well. You are earnestly exploring and also trying to help your son. I think that is a very big responsibility for all parents so that they are able to encourage the children to get in touch with their own natural acceptance and
Hello.
slowly. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, right now I'm able to hear you. Sorry, my connection.
No, it might be mine. I'm traveling, so maybe. Um, so I was saying that it's very good that you are able to even start working with your child, with your son, even though he's small. But it's important that we start when they are young, introduce
Yeah.
them to their natural acceptance so that they can make the right decisions for themselves as they get older, rather than always, trying to command them or control them. So I think that is a very good step that you have taken. And, so far as it goes about the self and body, we all have this information that self is separate and body is separate and all of that. But it is very true that many of us, when it comes to living, we may forget about that, or we go back to the sanskar that I am body. So I don't think there is anything to be perturbed about that. It will take time. It is taking time for all of us. But I think the fact that you are sincerely continuing your journey and the fact that you are persistently trying, honestly, sincerely trying, that itself will help to get to your goal of, seeing our maximum potential. So, all the very best to you. Best wishes for your future.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you, Sharmila Didi.